Okay, I've got one last cool quick tip for the day, and it's again about glazing the insides of the pots, but it's just this little mwah thing that can save you tons of time. So it's about pouring the glaze into the cup and then pouring it out in a way that you don't have to clean it up after. Okay, so here's what I mean. So I'm going to fill the first cup and the inside with glaze, almost to the top. And then I'm going to go down the line and watch what I do. I twist it around until it goes all the way out, and then when it starts dripping, then I turn it back around. So when the pouring glaze turns into distinct drips, as soon as it starts to separate, then I can turn it around and it comes completely clean on the rim. No cleanup. This, after many years, I figured this out. Send $5 to Amy Palatnik. So I'll just show you. Normally I go down the line here, but here I'm going kind of crazy. Drip, 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 and around. Just going to go until this is over, and then I'll just show you. Drip, 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 and around. Now if your glaze is mixed too thin, this might not work. But I like to mix my inside glaze pretty thin. Another nice thing to do is to look in the bottoms of your pots before you do this, which I didn't do, so I'm having to kind of poke around here and not use every single one. Okay, let me just dump this out back into the bucket. And I'll show you. So, on the rims, there's like no drips at all. None. Well, every once in a while there's a little one, but for the most part, it's a way to kind of the glaze right back up inside the inside of the pot instead of down the outside where you have to go back and clean it. Now, I did on the very last one when I did into the bucket, I wasn't being so careful, and I want to show you, what I do about that. So, okay, so if you do have a drip on the outside, a cool thing to do is instead of using your sponge to clean it up, first, scrape it off with like a tool. You can use a pin tool. I like this. It's like a little kind of like a putty type of thing. This is one of my favorite glaze cleaning tools. Like if you get a drip of glaze over another glaze, you can kind of shave it off. It's super thin. I love it. So anyway, I use it a lot for glazing. So I'm going to scrape it off. That way most of my glaze gets back into the glaze bucket instead of down the sink or into some kind of a shop glaze that I'm never going to use. And then I can clean off my outside, and it takes almost no effort, no time, and I'm not putting a bunch of glaze into the water system or somewhere that I don't want it. That's all.